Okay, guys, welcome to Sunday Night Live. This is the LLM Open Team Hangout, and tonight we're going to be talking about how to solve your cash flow problems forever. If my voice is sounding a little bit weak tonight, that's because for some reason the last couple of days I've been losing my voice, a little bit strange, but we're going to get through this hangout anyway. And while we are waiting for some other people to come to this hangout, I'm going to go over to my Facebook page. I'm going to share my screen right now. So you're going to see this go to infinity just for a few seconds. I'll share my screen. And we are going to go over to my Facebook page. And I want to ask you a question on my Facebook page, and I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes to chime in and let other people turn up for this hangout. And while you answer that question and chime in, I'm going to play you a little song. So the question is, if I were to share a secret with you that was given to us by a millionaire millionaire internet marketer, would you act on it today and share? I can't type, guys. Share with others. Okay, so the question is, if I were to share a secret with you that was given to us by a millionaire internet marketer, would you act on it today and share with others? I've posted that on my wall, guys. I'm going to play a song right now and leave you to chime in on that post. So if you don't know where my Facebook wall is, go to www.facebook.com/ben.martin.758. I'm just going to give you 2 or 3 minutes right now, and then I'll be back to continue. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on this page. Okay. Let me just refresh my page for a second and just see what's happening. So, Carrie Human says absolutely. Adrian Villegas says yes. Louis says yes. Service to many leads to greatness. That's a great answer. David Stephen Essex says, hi Ben, most definitely would share and spread the wealth of knowledge. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, well, let me then go straight into this presentation this evening. Let me just find my presentation for a second. Now, we'll be asking you a few more questions as we go along tonight, so make sure that you keep Facebook open and that you keep my page open so you can go back to my wall in a few minutes and chime in. Okay, so let's present. Cool, cool, cool. Let me hide this so we can get going. So tonight we are looking at how to solve your cash flow problems forever. And what I'm sharing with you tonight is a millionaire secret. Now, you all know that I'm not a millionaire. I'm a six-figure earner. You all know that's truth too. You see, obviously, my income proof on Facebook. You see the lifestyle I live with Angie. But tonight, I want to share with you a couple of secrets that a millionaire mentor of ours has shared with us. We've been plugging into some training recently by, I'm just going to call him Mr. X. He's kind of like our mystery man right now. Fantastic training. And he taught us a couple of secrets recently that opened our eyes to many, many, many things. You know, solving your cash flow problem is simple, guys. It really, really is simple. So I want you to get a pen and paper, make sure you're writing this down, and make sure you're ready to act on it, and make sure you're ready to share it with others. There's a powerful, powerful principle that I model my whole business around. Everything I do revolves around this principle. It's called LAT. That means learn, apply, and teach. So when you learn something, you must immediately apply it and teach it to others if you desire to create cash flow quickly. I'll repeat that because it's worth repeating, and it may just go over your head. I don't want you to miss this. LAT, learn, apply, teach. When you learn something, you must immediately apply it and teach it to others if you desire to create cash flow quickly. Now, this is not the secret that this millionaire mentor taught us. This is just something that we do in our business anyway. That's worth writing down. So make sure as you are listening to this hangout tonight, make sure as you're learning, you're ready to apply, and then you go out and teach, apply and teach at the same time if you want to create cash flow quickly. So when it comes to making money online, many people approach becoming successful in this industry with an incorrect thought process. Now I'm going to come back to my Facebook page, and I want to ask you a question, and it requires 100% honesty. I need you to be honest with me. The question I want to ask you is this. Question is, have you ever sat at home and asked yourself the question, have you ever sat at home and asked yourself the question, how can I make money every day in my business? Okay, I want you to chime in on that for me. I'm posting it now, so chime in on it for me, let me know. So I'll play a little bit more of the song while you chime in on that one. Bring me down, I said. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want. Okay, so a few people chiming in now. I know it's a Sunday. I know it's been a busy week, guys. But let's get some engagement going. Let's get the energy up. I always ask questions on Hangouts and just in general. Asking intelligent questions is a smart thing to do, and I'll give you a little tip on doing that later. But yeah, so. Carrie Human saying, is this a trick question? No, it's not a trick question. Definitely not a trick question. Brian James is saying, yes, I have. I would think that most have asked themselves that question. Yeah, Brian, most people, everybody in this industry has asked those questions at some stage or another. So Vinny says, I used to always ask myself, how can I make money online? Not anymore. Okay, Vinny is making some money online then by the sounds of it. So Omar's saying, yes, I really just want to provide more value. Okay, awesome. David is saying every day and every night, 4 times on Sundays. That's pretty funny. So David, is I'm connected to David. I know that he creates a lot of value. There's just a few pieces of the puzzle right now that you need to solve, David, and hopefully I can help you solve them tonight. So Vinny's saying, now I always ask myself, how can I expand? Awesome. So we just established the fact that we've all at some stage or another asked that question, how do I make money online? And there's nothing wrong with asking that question, guys. There really isn't. But if that's the only question you ever ask, then you're really missing the big picture. For over 2.5 years, I struggled online. I made little to no money at many days in my business. I really did. I invested a lot, wasted a lot on crappy products and the secret to this and 7 steps to that and the next shiny ball thing. I did all of those things and I asked myself that question repeatedly: how do I make money online? And then 7 to 8 months ago, when I partnered with Angie and she taught me some secrets. She taught me some things I was missing in my business. I began to make money online, and I pushed forwards. And just recently, the training we've been tapping into from a particular millionaire mentor has opened our eyes even more to the big picture of how this really works. When you ask the question, how do I make money online? That's like treating the symptom rather than curing the disease. Let me explain. When you have a cold and you blow your nose, you're treating the symptom. If you want to cure that cold, if you want to get rid of it quickly, you need to take medication. You need to take cold medicine. You need to treat the cold virus. And asking that question, how do I make money online? That's just a symptom. Asking yourself that question and trying to solve that question is like blowing your nose when you have a cold. It really is. You're just treating a symptom. What you want to do is you want to cure the disease. You want to get straight to the root of the problem. Now, I'm going to ask one more question before I go any further. I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but if you're not understanding me, there's no point me continuing. So I want to ask you one more question, and then we'll really motor on through this hangout. And the question is, does what I just said make perfect sense? Does what I just said make perfect sense? So I'm not going to play any music now. I just want us to be completely focused on this hangout, on this question, and this moment right here. So does what I just said make perfect sense? Just a couple of people who are out there, just chime in, let me know, and then I know that we're good to continue and everybody's understanding. There's a little tip for you. If you're ever speaking to an audience, always make sure of two things. Number one, make sure they're interested in the topic you're speaking about, because if you're interested in it and they're not, there's no point. And always make sure that they understand how you're explaining something. So don't be afraid to stop. Don't be afraid to ask people questions, because it's a great way to get engagement, and it's a great way to make sure that everybody's understanding what you're saying. So Carrie's saying, yeah, cool. Anybody else out there who's understanding this? Okay, Vinny's saying sure does. Cool. So I'll continue. I know that there's a few people out there who are definitely understanding this. So yeah, you don't want to treat the symptom, guys. When it comes to making money online, if you only ever ask yourself the question, how do I make money online? That's like treating the symptom. That's like blowing your nose when you got a cold. Really what you want to do is you want to take some cold medicine. You want the remedy. You want the cure. So instead of focusing on how you can make money online, you need to begin to think smarter. You need to get smarter than that. And there's only one question you really need to discover the answer to if you want to make big money online daily. Now, let me show you my PayPal for a second. I'm not showing you my PayPal to brag. Making money really there's nothing to brag about, because it's really not that difficult. I show you because I know that people are very skeptical and people like to see proof. So here's my PayPal balance. I recently, a week or two ago, emptied about 5K plus out of my PayPal, and over the last couple of days I've just been building my balance back up. It's right now there's about $810 in this PayPal account. But I want to show you something. I want to show you the regularity of payments that come into my PayPal. So over on the left, the extreme left, you can see the dates, 16th, 17th, and above. Over on the right, you can see the payments here. So look at the payments that come into my PayPal every day, guys. $9.95, $9.95, $23.50, $1, $9.95, $1, $9.95, $23.50, $1, $9.95, $97, $23. That's just from the last couple of days, guys. That's just from a couple of days ago. So, there's only one question you really need to discover the answer to if you want to make big money online daily. If you want to make consistent money daily, like myself and Angie do, and some other clued up marketers, there is just one question you need to discover the answer to. But first, before I tell you what the question you should be asking is, let me ask you something else. Are you a buyer or a seller? Do you come online primarily to buy, or do you come online primarily to sell? Because many people are stuck in forever buying mode. They're forever buying more products. They're forever searching for more answers. And if you stay buying in your business, if you are spending more money in your business than you're bringing into your business, then at some stage soon you're going to go out of business. Are you a consumer or a creator? Now, to some degree, we're all consumers, right? I buy training all the time, guys. I buy training all the time. But if you only ever buy training, if you only ever consume other people's products, if you never ever learn to become the creator, then again, you will never ever make any big money online. When you turn on your laptop in the morning and you come onto Facebook, are you still looking for the solutions, or have you discovered how to become the solution provider? That's where the money is at, guys. You have to become the solution provider. When you read your emails, does it make you want to buy, or does it stir that creative, powerful seller in you? I remember for over 2 years, I would go into my emails and I would get offers for this product, that product. I would get offers for the latest MLM launch, or this latest whatever launch. And I would buy, because I was in the mind frame of a buyer. I was in the mind frame of a consumer. I was not in the mind frame of a seller or a creator, and because of that, I made little to no money, guys. I made little to no money. Now I'm in the mindset of a seller and a creator. No longer do I go into my email inbox and read other people's pitches to me. I go into my email inbox and I read the commissions that are coming into me. I learned how to sell and I learned how to become a creator, guys, and it is much simpler than you think. There really is no big mystery when it comes to making money online. The secret is, get ready for this, the secret is there is no secrets. It's much, much simpler than you could ever imagine. Right now, you're only 1 degree out from becoming successful, just 1 degree, just a fraction. But in this industry, 1 degree is the difference between 6 figures and staying broke. So let me ask you one more question on Facebook. The question I want to ask you is, are you ready for the question that I know you're all waiting for? Are you ready to discover the one question that can turn everything around for you? So, are you ready to discover the one question that can create cash flow for you? Are you ready for that? Do you really want to know? Let me know. Are you ready to discover the one question that can create cash flow for you? I hate typos, so let me edit that. Let me know. Are you ready? Let me know on Facebook. Yes, sir. Okay. Anybody else still out there? Anybody alive out there? Let me know. I see a few viewers on here. Come on. Yeah. Okay. There's 2 people. There's 3 people. Good. So, blow up this post a little more if you want to know, guys. This is a simple but powerful question, and I promise you, if you learn how to apply it, it will change the game for you with immediate effect. I'm ready for it. Cool. Let me refresh once more. We're nearly done on this hangout. This is really short and sweet tonight. I've found in life, some of the most powerful moments in your business don't come from massively long trainings. They come from like 15, 20-minute golden nuggets that just open your eyes to how things really work. So I'm going to give you the question. I'm going to give you the question. So rather than asking the question, how can I make money online? You need to be asking yourself, this is the question, so don't miss it, write it down. You need to be asking yourself, why do other people spend their money online? And what do I possess that would cause them to spend it with me? Let me repeat that. You need to be asking yourself, why do other people spend their money online, and what do I possess that would cause them to spend it with me? Solving that question is your key to making big money every single day. It's as simple as that. Solve that question, And that is your key to making big money every day without fail in your business. Now that raises another question. Very often when we answer one question, it raises another question. So I know that some of you are thinking right now, okay, Ben, so if the key to making big money online is finding out why other people spend their money online and making sure that I have something that they want, making sure they want to spend their money with me. I know that you are now thinking, so how do you find out what people want? And how can you equip yourself with what they are seeking to buy? Well, that's simple too. I'm going to ask another question because I want you to give me the answers tonight. I don't want to spoon feed you. So let me ask you another question. How do you think you can find out what people like to spend their money on? How do you think you can find out what people like to spend their money on? Let me know your thoughts on that question. How do you think you can find out, like, within the next few hours, what people like to spend their money on? Let me know, let me know. Observation rules the nation, says Omar. Omar, can you expound on that on this post? Can you go into a little more detail? Let us know a little bit more detail. Oh, okay. Omar just said also you can just ask them. Anybody else got an opinion on this? Test until you find out what works. Yeah, testing, tweaking is a great way of finding out what people like to spend their money on. Anybody else got an opinion on this? I'll just refresh once more. I'm going through this quickly because I have a very sore throat. If anybody would like the PDF of this hangout, just let me know. I can provide you with that at the end. Okay, so the answer that I was looking for is there. The answer is there. Just ask them. Just ask them. Yeah, exactly, Vinny. Just ask them. That's all you've got to do. Just ask people. If you're looking to find out what people want and how you can equip yourself with what they are seeking to buy, then this is what you do. You survey your customer. You ask questions on Facebook. Every day on Facebook, I ask at least one question, normally two. I'm forever asking questions. It's called free market research, guys. Free market research. I ask questions in my emails. I ask questions in my videos. Get your customer, get your audience, get your following, get your team, get your potential business partners to tell you what they want. Make them do the hard work for you. Make them do the work, guys. Make it easy on yourself. And then, when they tell you what they want, you go away and design the solution. Does that sound difficult? It really isn't difficult. I'll give you an example of how I did this. Less than a month ago, I applied a particular Facebook technique that I was testing out, and I'd been tweaking and testing it for months, and eventually I got the recipe just right, and I created a product with sales funnels that were converting at 60+%, and I managed to generate nearly 400 free leads in less than 36 hours from Facebook. And we're talking targeted leads, people who like to buy. Now, what do you think I did when I discovered that? Well, I'm a Facebook marketer, and do you think there were a lot of people on Facebook who were interested in knowing how I did that? Yes, there were. So I went away and I turned that into a product. I sold that product to my customers, to my audience, to my followers, and I made a bonus 4K in less than 10 days. Again, I'll ask you the question, does that sound difficult? The answer is no. So KISS, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. And I don't mean you're stupid, guys. I'm not calling you stupid, but you've all heard the saying. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, you are really silly and stupid if you make it any more complicated than that. It's no more complicated. This is far from rocket science. It's simple supply and demand. This industry has a supply, has a demand, People on Facebook want Facebook-related material. People on YouTube are looking for YouTube-related material. There's a demand in this industry, and if you can find out what the demand of your audience is, then you can become the supplier and give them the solutions. Now that really is the end of this Hangout, guys. But before I sign out from this Hangout, I want to just put another post out, and just the post is going to say this: comment below and let me know what your main takeaway point was from this Hangout. Also, if you want the PDF, from this Hangout, let me know. Okay, guys. So I hope in that very, very, very short Hangout, I'm going to come back to my Hangout screen now. So I hope in that very, very short Hangout you had some eye-opening moments. I hope that it was simple yet powerful. The secret to making big money online is not in asking yourself how you can make money online. It's in discovering why other people spend their money online. If you can discover why other people spend their money online and you can come up with a solution that is tailor-made to fit their needs, you will make money in this industry day in, day out for the rest of your life without fail. So once again, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me live on a Sunday night. If you have any additional questions you'd like to ask me, you can message me in my inbox or just post on my Facebook wall. I look forward to answering all your questions. I'll see you on the next Hangout. Bye for now.